and good day to you all. You're welcome to my YouTube channel, Dorothy Inspires. If this is your first time visiting my channel, you are welcome. Today, we're going to be taking a closer look at the Care Act 2014. Now, in most of my videos, you will find that I often make reference to the Care Act 2014. The reason being is that the Care Act is the bread and butter of what we do in adult social care. Without the Care Act, we will be doing a disservice to people. The Care Act is the legislation that governs the work that we do, it governs our actions and what we do and how we support people. Okay, so let's look at the Care Act in detail. The Care Act is the general responsibilities and duties a local authority has towards individuals. Okay, so we are going to look at the Care Act 2014 in detail, but we're not going to go through all the sections within the Act. I have picked out the most relevant ones, the most crucial ones that we use in our day-to-day role as social workers. I would go through every section within the Act. We're going to start off by looking at Section 9 of the Care Act 2014. Now, Section 9 tells us that we have a duty to assess if it appears that an adult has care and support needs. Section 13 of the Care Act 2014 looks at the eligibility criteria. So the eligibility criteria is set out in Section 13 of the Care Act. In order for someone to be eligible under the Care Act 2014, the person must meet the eligibility criteria and they must meet 2 or more outcomes. Section 18 lays out the duty for local authorities to meet needs for care and support that has been identified following an assessment and provided that the person has eligible needs for support. Section 8 of the Care Act talks about the different ways we can meet a person's needs. So it looks at, it outlines accommodation in a care home or residential home or nursing home. It looks at providing care and support at home to somebody in the community. It looks at counselling and other types of social work services, providing goods and facilities to people, providing information, advice and advocacy. So it looks at the different ways that a person's needs can be met. Section 10 of the Care Act 2014 outlines the duty to assess carers, which is known as carers assessments. So carers are entitled to an assessment in their own right, where it appears that a carer may have care and support needs. Please note that a carer is entitled to an assessment in their own right, even if the cared for person doesn't want an assessment or doesn't need an assessment. The carer is entitled to an assessment in their own right. When you're doing a carer's assessment, you need to establish whether the carer is willing and able to continue in their caring role. You need to also look at the impact caring has on them, their caring responsibilities. There has been a massive shift in the laws in relation to carers. Previously, it was whether the cared for person needed an assessment, and it was purely on discretion whether a carer was offered an assessment or not. But now, in the Care Act 2014, carers are entitled to an assessment in their own right. Section 14 of the Care Act gives local authorities the power to charge for putting in care and for meeting needs. Section 17 requires the local authority to carry out a financial assessment if they have chosen to charge for a particular service under their powers in Section 14 of the Care Act. Section 20 of the Care Act looks at the local authority's duties and powers to meet a carer's needs for support. So if you've completed a carer's assessment and they have eligible needs for support, then Section 20 talks about how we can meet those needs. Section 27 of the Care Act 2014 states that we have to review people's care and support needs. So far as we've put in care for somebody, that we must review them. So it looks at reviewing people. Section 1 of the Care Act looks at promoting individuals' well-being. It lays out 10 well-being principles which you will become familiar with in your career as a social worker. Section 2 of the Care Act looks at preventative services, so facilities and resources to help people to get back on their feet where possible and prevent or delay the need for care and support. So we need to focus on resources such as reablement services, working with occupational therapists, working with physiotherapists, and tapping into resources that will help to reduce or minimize the need for formal care and support services. Section 4 of the Care Act places a duty on councils and local authorities to establish and maintain a service providing information and advice to local people. Now, it might be that the person has lived in the area for so many years, but they're still not aware about services that's available to them because they're going through something that they've never gone through before. It's their first encounter and they need to know what's available to them. So this section 4 of the Care Act places that duty on local authorities and councils to be able to provide information and advice to local people. Section 6 and Section 7 of the Care Act talks about partnership working and cooperating and the need to work in tandem with key agencies and organizations in order to be able to provide a social work service to people, to members of the public. Section 67 of the Care Act 2014 imposes a duty on local authorities to arrange for an independent advocate to be available to represent and support an individual if there is nobody to support them in the process. So, for example, they have to be reviewed, they're being assessed, there's a safeguarding matter that needs to be addressed, and there's nobody to represent or support them, and they're not able to support or represent themselves. And there's nobody within the person's network, there's no friend or family member in order to support them or to advocate for them. Then it lays out duties under Section 67 of the Care Act for the local authority to provide a Care Act advocate to represent them in the process. Thank you so much for watching me. I trust that this video has been beneficial to you. Please continue to support my channel and please subscribe if you haven't already. Please share my videos, like my videos, subscribe, and please don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you will never miss any of my videos. Thank you so much. Take care of yourselves and I'll see you in my next video. Take care. Bye-bye.